Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Prophet, and today we're going to be talking about VeThor and VeChain. Obviously, they kind of work together, and they usually increase together as well. Well, VeThor is up about 13.53%, and that is specifically, most of the correlation is because of this huge VeChain really idea that has just come about, and we've just got a VeChain official Medium post about it. So it's a 9-minute read. We're not going to read every single post, or I guess read through the entire thing. So if you want to do so, make sure to check out VeChain official Medium. But I do want to say, guys, there is big potential behind this future of VeChain Thor. Enterprise NFT or ENFT ecosystem, they have big plans. And why do you think this could be massive for VeChain? Well, there's many, many different reasons, and we're going to go through everything in detail here in just a second. I do want to say, guys, this won't be a price prediction video per se. We don't talk about VeThor probably enough, so we will be doing price predictions here in the very near and dear future, as well as VeChain. We do pretty much price predictions every morning, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video if you guys want to see more. So let's talk about what this really means. So the future of VeChain Thor, enterprise ENFT ecosystem, the journey and future of blockchain mass adoption. So blockchain is a revolutionary because it provides an efficient way for the community to agree on, or in other words, to reach consensus on the state of its ledger. As a consequence, the path to make that mass adoption of blockchain is a continuous process of mapping things or systems that are, in general, costly for us to reach consensus in the world onto blockchain to create new values. VeChain, together with our partners, stakeholders, and community, has been steadily and diligently pushing for this consensus in order to bring the reality of benefits of the blockchain. So this could be massive. Obviously, cryptocurrencies aside, another technology innovation that has taken the world by storm, the rise of non-fungible token, NFTs, caught even the most dedicated and enthusiastic, blockchain followers by surprise, with its adoption making mainstream media headlines, such as digital artwork auctions for as much as 70 million USD, and more recently, NFTs being included in the Oscars 2021 gift bag. Artists, celebrities, and producers are adopting these NFTs in such massive droves. I really do want you guys to really focus on how many NFTs have really come out in the last couple months. I was going to say 6 months, but it's probably just been the last couple months. We've seen a lot of celebrities coming out with NFTs, understanding it's a way to really market yourself and give yourself a good opportunity to make a lot of money. So NFTs are clearly trending for arts, culture, and collectibles, but they can be so much more. NFTs have the potential to positively impact and touch on every aspect of our daily lives, unlock unprecedented and sustainable value for businesses and enterprises. This is where enterprise NFT, ENFT ecosystem comes into play. So ENFT is the enterprise NFT ecosystem, and they're talking about it here with VeThor. So non-fungible tokens towards mass adoption. So essentially, the non-fungible tokens, NFT, is a class of digital assets created on blockchain to represent ownership in the world, which is something we may struggle all to agree on. The technology makes sure that each NFT has its own uniqueness, such as that the non-exchangeable with others. So you can actually see, this mapped ownership utilizing the blockchain, where it came from, the price tag it had at that time of the trade. So there's so much history beyond each NFT. You can see, like I said, the previous owners, when they traded, what price point. So there's so much available to us on the blockchain. And in fact, the object of ownership can vary from physical assets to digital assets. It can also be intangible rights or privileges in the real world. From that perspective, NFTs could possibly touch on every aspect of our daily lives. If we go down a little bit more, they talk about there are two major impacts from NFT in terms of creating new values for mass adoption. First of all, NFTs have become a class of highly tradable assets thanks to decentralized marketplaces. It means that the underlying assets or rights associated with NFTs are to some extent more accessible by potential buyers and more liquid due to convenience for trading. So secondly, the NFT technology may fundamentally change the way we design products and engage users. So there's so much into this. We're going to talk more about this secondly here in just a second, but there is so much. If we actually read all of this, we'd be here for quite some time. So like I said, we're skipping over some parts, getting you to the most important parts. I did my own research. I read all through it, and I found the parts that really are the probably mean the most to you guys. So let's try to go through that, and I think you guys should really understand the ENFT is going to be here to stay. It's something that's already been designed as a term at this point, and you should learn what ENFT really does mean for the future. So secondly, the NFT technology may fundamentally change the way we design products and engage users. For instance, artists may in the future opt for releasing their artworks in the electronic form of NFT, since it allows them to specify profit sharing rules enforced by marketplaces, which really ensures ensures that they could benefit from the future trading of their artworks. Like 5% each time this thing moves, I get, that 5%. So they could really make sure they continue to make money off of their artwork. And then going down, we can see bundling goods with NFTs is only one potential usage of ENFT usage out of hundreds, if not thousands, of other use cases. From our discussions with our enterprise partners, we've explored in some already in use cases such as anti-counterfeiting and advanced traceability. Others, such as fashion brand, are exploring the usage of ENFTs as an user engagement and identification tool for their social platform users. So luxury brands, may have ENFTs linked to their leather goods and bags that prove as the ultimate authentication tool for anti-counterfeiting. So it's a great way to really say, this is mine, and this is the authentic version of this piece. This is not, some $2 knockoff gold ring. So we also go down, we can see the use case for any NFTs is endless, and the adoption and proposals for it are no longer academic, but it is happening in a physical and virtual meeting rooms at this very moment. So they talk about how it's already happening. People are already talking about ENFTs and how it's going to bring the ecosystem to life. How the bringing an ENFT ecosystem to life and what's really needed to make this happen. So to do that, they talk more about, the key factors that would really make mass adoption happen, or in other words, make the whole value chain of NFT sustainable. The object linked to an NFT has been sufficient value such that the value generated from the value chain is well above the cost incurred. So obviously you can't have a $2 handbag and throw in an NFT on top of that. You don't want nobody really cares, unfortunately, if that is an authentic $2 handbag from Dollar General, or if it's, a $50,000 handbag from some luxury store. So we go down to the ownership represented by an NFT has to be enforceable. So the NFT technology itself only does a job of mapping ownership onto some digital assets, NFTs created on blockchain. By the open nature of the blockchain, anyone who can afford the cost of using blockchain will be able to create NFTs for claiming certain ownership. Only when the claimed ownership can be enforced does an NFT become more than a fancy commercial published on blockchain. And I would agree with that as well. You need to somehow enforce that. We have number 3, NFT trading has to be fully facilitated. So a lot of value, obviously, in NFTs generated from trading. We need to make sure that that underlying blockchain provides sufficient security, scalability, affordability, and accessibility to the community. Moreover, services such as marketplaces, stablecoins, and DeFi will be required in an NFT or ENFT ecosystem to facilitate effective and efficient NFT trading. So you can actually see that here, and how their how their graph really works. I don't think it's cutting anything off on your guys' side. Let's make sure. Yeah, you guys should be good. You should be able to see it all. So VIPs and obviously DAAS, obviously enterprises going to the NFT marketplace, coming from token and assets. We have the VET, stablecoin, asset bridge, and then DeFi financial service. So it's all here. It's all available on the VeChain itself. So we're going to continue to see massive adoption. Hopefully, VeChain, like we said, the VeChain Foundation is already taking, advantage of this idea of NFT. So NFT will lead the charge for NFT mass adoption. Based on the above analysis, we have reached a conclusion that enterprises are going to be the main driving force that pushes for mass adoption of NFT, and the best way to work closely with them is to co-develop a vibrant ENFT, enterprise NFT ecosystem on the VeChain Thor blockchain. Several reasons are outlined below. So enterprises are more likely to bring quality NFTs into the ecosystem. As I struggle to say ecosystem there, we see the enterprises are natural ownership enforcers, and enterprises bring new users to the ecosystem. So these are very, very important, little bullet points here. So we're going to continue to see more and more people really mass adopt this idea of ENFTs. And if you go down a little more, you can see VeChain Thor is the best choice for ENFT development. And they talk about how VeChain Thor is the proof of authority consensus, which has been proven to be one of the most practical solutions for building an enterprise-grade public blockchain. More specifically, POA ensures that the high throughput by allowing nodes to best utilize the network bandwidth for transmitting transactions most of the time. It also guarantees sufficient decentralization of the network via demanding that there be sufficient qualified nodes directly participating in the consensus process. We also see, many other reasons why, they have what it takes really to make VeChain Thor this really POA that, a lot of people want to use for the ENFT process altogether. So a unique and well-designed dual token economic model is built in the protocol to safeguard the long-term sustainability of VeChain Thor and its ecosystem. They also have transactions are fast, cheap, and secure on VeChain Thor, and most major blockchains, public blockchains that choose to use a single token system would eventually impede themselves on their way to mass adoption, while VeChain Thor steadily marches towards the goal of mass adoption. VeChain Thor protocol natively supports fee delegation that allows transactions to be paid by a third-party account. So this really does, moreover, talk about how how big this could be for VeChain Thor and VeChain altogether. I think the entire enterprise, obviously VeChain Thor does really well. VeChain itself is going to do well as well. So this is a big thing, a big deal for VeChain, VeThor. It's a big deal for pretty much every part of, VET and the industry altogether as a whole. So we also see specifically it contains a model that implements the VIP 181, an NFT standard proposed by the dev team, and provides enterprise level APIs for various NFT related functions. If you go down here, they talk more about building the VeChain eNFT ecosystem together, an invitation to the blockchain DApp and DeFi community. So the development of the eNFT ecosystem will be divided into two major parts. The first part is about onboarding enterprises to bring quality NFT assets in really associated active users to the VeChain eNFT ecosystem. The second part will be focused on bringing the necessary infrastructure into the ecosystem to facilitate NFT trading. So there is a lot going into this. Obviously, migrating POA 2.0, the mainnet for better network security and scalability, developing and improving DApp dev tools for farther reducing burdens on developers, and bringing stablecoins to the ecosystem. So to truly make it happen, we would love to invite our cohesive community being a part of this VeChain eNFT ecosystem as well. Your work will, help make that eNFT ecosystem a reality. So this is huge, guys. I don't know if I stress that enough here. We'll talk about VeChain quite a bit on this channel, like I said. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, turn notifications on and subscribe to the channel, like the video. This is big, big news for anyone holding VeChain, and obviously VeThor even more so. So let's talk more about this in the future. It also says down here, so we will push out new supporting programs soon to help facilitate this new vision for a comprehensive NFT, eNFT, DApp, and DeFi ecosystem. More info and news on how to get involved will be released soon. With your participation, enthusiasm, and dedication, we will together be a part of the eNFT revolution coming soon. So this is massive. Obviously, taking advantage of the eNFT altogether is a great idea. I think, VeChain Foundation, we knew them as, idea makers, or really, I guess, vision creators. And that's exactly what they're doing here. They see a vision, they're grabbing it. And I think VeChain Foundation is doing a great job with that. I talk a lot about VeChain all the time. I don't talk about VeThor as much as I should. VeThor is definitely a coin that is worth checking into. And after this big announcement, or big, really, article altogether, it's the future of VeChain Thor. So enterprise eNFT ecosystem is here to stay. Definitely take a look at this article if you want to double check on it. I just covered probably the biggest parts. I didn't want to make a 30-minute video covering everything, but we'll cover it as it more and more comes out, and how you can really get involved as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Hopefully we continue to see this VeThor continue on this 13% increase. Let's give you guys quick price updates before we call it for the day. We do see VeChain making its way to about 21 cents, about a 9% increase, in VeChain Thor, or I guess VeThor token, at that 13.83% increase in the last 24 hours, a little bit above that 2-cent range. So we're seeing very big things amongst these coins as we continue to move forward. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one.